So as we were saying, obviously, the issue we get that kind of path going across the golf ball, all stemmed, and we talked about that hip movement last week. You're sort of trying to get it there, but sometimes, as you said, you couldn't quite relate it to a golf shot. As you went back on here now, going back with that club quite steep, you can see how much sort of leg movement you've got there. This sort of sliding with this right hip going quite high and sort of tilting your body rather than rotating, got you in a position. The club couldn't really go back fast. When you started rotating now, the club now coming through your kind of neck area quite steep, coming outside the golf ball. There's no way now you could put your left up on the wall, because if you did, you'd miss the golf ball. Yeah, so it just doesn't. That's why it wouldn't be relatable, because you're like, well, I can't. If I do that, I'm gonna just it's gonna be all over the place. Okay, so the club then would come back in, shank off to right there, and then you see your elbow sort of popping out there, trying to recover that. So the feeling is taking this hip and shoulder, just sort of handing something to your right, as if you're sort of just, I don't know, taking the Sprite from Christmas and handing them to someone to your right hand side. Okay, yeah, maybe chuck them over there, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, moving the body. So when the club goes back now, you can see how much more turn you've got, how much less lower half movement there is. You've rotated the lower half, so you've turned your top half better. Now as the club comes down, when you unwind, the club knife is coming through your right shoulder more. When it comes back down, it's more in line. Now that's when the club head and the handle match up. In an ideal world, the hands would be a bit lower towards the knee, yeah? If I said to you, wait, the club, you're up here somewhere, so you're still quite tense and tight with the arms. You haven't let fallen down here. So if I was wearing that club a sec, if I'm up here now, if I let my arms fall, that's where the club should be there. Yours is kind of up here, yeah? It's still a little bit on that tense. That's not going to say like a go straight away, but it's just sort of working towards that. Then as you come out, at least the club then's working to go in a better direction, so we can strike it, get that body moving to the left. I know you move to the left side when this foot moves as well as it has done there, yeah? There's no way that foot could get there if you were hanging back on the right side. So your hip has moved into the wall better. Could it improve? Obviously it could do. I think if we can get that rotation on the way back to be a little bit more like so, get that turning of the body better, then you're able to relate that left hip into goal. If you go back and you take your left hip and pull it miles away, where's your left hip going now? You're like, can't get over there. Because if you think about the time you've got from the top of your backswing, from up there, so as your club starts moving down now, we've got 8:16 on the clock, you're hitting the golf ball 10, so it's just over a second. How much time can you do in a second? There's not a lot, is it? Yeah. So there's not a lot you can do from there now to get back to that golf ball. If you're here, you're like, where are you going to go? Yeah, it's going to really, really struggle to get back to the golf ball with any kind of speed or control without falling over. Okay, so getting that rotation on the way back to be better. Then the left hip can do what it wants to do, but just practice that turning. Maybe putting the wall behind you. Just try and place the club, so I say, on the wall. So if you're in this position here now, put a wall kind of behind you there. Just turn back and just try and place the club a bit flat on the wall and a bit earlier, rather than sort of the lift and the shrug. Okay, because then it sort of lifts up here now. How much? If I said you throw a ball, but throw it from here, how much power have you got? Not a lot. If I said you get your arm up here, you get that speed. Okay, mate?
Sound
good stuff. Very good, buddy.